Hi, I'm Miss Donnie and I'm an English language tutor. One of my recommendations to my C1, C2 students and advanced B2 students is to watch movies in English. My first recommendation would be to focus on finding films that you have already seen in your own language. Of course. Now watch it in English with the English subtitles on. That would be the second step. The next step is to begin watching some recommended films, and I'm going to give you a list. When you watch films, you're going to get the cultural references, and you should pay attention to those with a notebook readily available to write down things to take to your tutor, such as me. All right, so I'm going to give you a list of Jennifer Lopez movies. Jennifer Lopez is one of the actors that is mainstream and stars in movies that are very accessible to everyone. So there are not a lot of idioms. There are not too many cultural references, but you'll notice these the speaking patterns. So here is my list of my list of movies starring Jennifer Lopez to watch in order of the complexity of English. So movie number one, The Wedding Planner, 2001. And The Wedding Planner is a romantic comedy or a rom-com with easy to follow dialogue. It's lighthearted with clear speech and simple vocabulary, making it suitable for all learners. Movie night. Recommendation number two, Made in Manhattan, released in 2002. Made in Manhattan is another rom-com with straightforward language. The dialogue is casual, it's easy to understand, and there is minimal slang and idioms. So you can find it really accessible and watch for the language patterns. Don't get tripped up on the vocabulary and the idioms. Recommendation number three, Monster-in-Law, released in 2005. Monster-in-Law is a light comedy with conversational dialogue. It's pretty clear. There's some humor, and thanks to Jane Fonda, there's some light sarcasm. That is awesome, but it's easy to follow. Recommendation number four, Second Act, released in 2018. It's a feel-good movie with modern, workplace-related dialogue. Some business vocabulary may require context. Bring that to your tutor, but it's still accessible for learners. Recommendation number five, skipping over five. Recommendation number six is Hustlers. Okay, warning here. This is not to be watched with your children. Hustlers is about strippers. So you're going to get some cultural context here. Released in 2019, Lizzo makes an appearance. Hustlers is a drama with complex themes, but language is fast. It uses a variety of modern slang. It might be harder for non-native speakers, but it provides great examples of informal English. So these are for my level C1s and C2s. Remember, keep that notebook right on the sofa next to you and pause video whenever needed and bring those idioms to your tutor. Remember to watch them in context. Recommendation number seven, Out of Sight, released in 1998. It's a crime movie and it has snappy dialogue and a mix of humor and seriousness. Always with humor, that means you have more subtext. And so that is definitely for your advanced English speakers. The pace is faster. It's a variety of slang and idiomatic expressions. So when you are really grasping onto that, that's when you know that you are ready for that next level. So maybe watch it and come back to it later, a month later with your practice. Recommendation number 8, released in 2010, The Backup Plan. It's a rom-com with relatively casual dialogue, but it includes some adult and relationship-related terms and slang, which can make it slightly more challenging. Again, do not watch this with your children. 2004 release, Shall We Dance? Oh, I love this one. It's a romantic drama with Antonio Banderas. Yay! With a more sophisticated vocabulary related to dance and to relationships, so it's accessible. It's not just dance. There are some cultural references, some New York cultural references, and some higher level expressions that can challenge language learners for English, but it's New York language, so New York language, New Yorican language, Puerto Rican, New York language. That is definitely an infused language here in the United States, in particular in New York and in South Florida. And number 10, yes, I know I skipped 6, but number 10, Selena. Released in 1997, biographical drama with emotional depth and more complex dialogue. It's not as fast-paced as some others, but it does contain cultural and historic vocabulary. If you are going to be living in Texas, it would be important to know some of the cultural context that happens in Texas in the United States. I'm Miss Donnie. You can find me on MISSDONNI.com and on all of my socials to help you with your language journey.